I've been trying to warn the public since 2020. The dollar is dying and crypto is coming. But wait, hold on a second. I'm not saying the dollar's going to collapse tomorrow. It's not going to collapse in a year, 2 years, 3 years. But we are truly in a massive transition. And I've been sharing with people exactly my moves since 2020. We've radically transformed our family's life. We got built into new infrastructure. And as everybody looks this way, I've been sharing with you all the distractions. There's a whole new system being built this way. So I'm just going to share with you my opinion. I want you to do your own research. I'm only ever going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. But I do my investments based on facts, figures, numbers, logic. And I'm always very open with you guys exactly what I do so you can measure my success. I told people about XRP since 2020. I was telling people about silver in 2023, XRP in 2023. And those who listened had some life-changing results over the past 3 years. So I'm going to share with you what I told you was going to happen from 2020 to 2025, and now in 2026, it's all happening. So we're going to focus today on the petrodollar, the Straits of Hormuz being closed down, and the impact it has on your financial system. So the Straits of Hormuz have massive, massive implications for your future monetary system, and we will feel the effects from generations to come. This is the transition into the new system. Let me repeat that. This is the transition to the new system. Let me say it one more time for those in the back. This is the transition into the new system. The pandemic shut us down globally. It was a shock to the system. The Straits of Hormuz is shutting us down globally. You're going to start to see what's called an energy crisis. It's already happened in many countries. They're doing energy rations. The longer the straits stay shut down, keeps getting delayed, it's open, it's not. It's peace deal, it's not. Every single day this gets delayed, imagine 3 days of effect, negative effect on the economy. Interest rates are still high, inflation is going up, gas prices are skyrocketing, Americans are buried in credit card debt. So even if they do fix it in 6 months from now, the damage is already done. But the longer this is something we just have to think about logically. Wasn't it drill, baby, drill, drill, baby, drill? Well, if we can drill, baby, drill, let's drill. Let's get the gas and oil going in America, and let's get these prices under control, and let's do it. Let's do it. But there may be something bigger at play here. I don't know. You'd have to do your own research, and you have to use logic. You just have to use logic, guys. The Straits of Hormuz, interesting. With the straits being shut down, it takes the whole world to its knees. 46% of farmers have filed bankruptcy since 2025 because of fertilizer cost. And you think 46% is big? Wait till you see what the Straits of Hormuz does with supply chain. But again, goes back to the Straits of Hormuz shut everything down. But when everything starts to get shut down, and the UAE just announced on May 1st, they're dropping out of OPEC and they're going independent. In 2024, remember I reminded you about the petrodollar? The petrodollar deal ended, which started in between 1970 and 1974. I think it was 1974. Well, the petrodollar made us the world's reserve currency by far because every bit of oil was traded in US dollars. So now countries are breaking away from the petrodollar. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS has been working to de-dollarize. Countries around the world are stacking gold in their treasury versus US treasuries. And so what you're seeing is a multipolar system coming in. This is what is happening. Crypto is coming in. What you're going to see is the Straits of Hormuz is going to change how money moves through the system. Let me say it one more time. The Straits of Hormuz is going to change how money moves through the system, how banking is done, how money operates. You need a shock to the system to change consumer behaviors. So the longer this goes on, the more it affects every country around the world. So one strait can affect everybody. In 2020, what happened affected everybody. It shocked our system. So this will be the biggest transition from 2026 to 2030. When you wake up in 2030, you're going to see almost every single country, every single bank working to get into a stable coin. You'll be in a multipolar system within the next 10 years. There will be bridge currencies needed to move all of this liquidity through the system. There's a liquidity trap, Nostro Vostro, that is going to open up and move really fast without borders. It's going to move through blockchain technology. You have AI technology coming in. It's going to operate on blockchain. You're going to need bridges between all of these stable coins. It's not by chance that Bitcoin was created in 2009 when Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa came together to de-dollarize. America had its biggest financial collapse in history. Went into our crisis stage based on the fourth turning, branding our crisis stage in 2030. The things that bring in new monetary systems are world wars and debt crisis. We have two happening at the same time. Printing of money, large debts, civil war and revolution. Study Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. My book, The American Nightmare: How Debt and Inflation's Hijacked the American Dream, on Amazon, you'll see the cycles. This is nothing new under the sun, family. So what's coming? This is going to bring the world to now. If it opens up and Kevin Warsh comes in and lowers interest rates and prints a ton of money, either way, the American middle class is going to lose because your currency is going to get devalued. On the other side, you're going into a recession. Either way, you're going to lose if you don't understand how to navigate through the system. So you need to learn how to beat inflation through assets that are deflationary, through assets that grow over time. What you're doing is you're taking your income, which is debt, you're putting it in the bank. The bank is making money and beating inflation. The bank is monetizing your debt. What you need to be doing is you need to be taking your income and creating cash flow. Then you take that cash flow and you invest in assets that beat inflation. I like, because of the future monetary system coming in and what I believe, you don't have to believe it, but I believe Bitcoin's a new gold. I use Bitcoin as my new gold. I buy it every single day and I buy every single dip. I use XRP. Those are my top two. XRP is 43% of my portfolio. Bitcoin's 40%. So those are my top two investments. I'm diversified. That's my assets. And I have many other assets as well. I have XRP, I have Bitcoin, I have Solana, I have XLM, HBAR, VeChain. I also am still holding WLFI. I don't care about the noise. I'm going to sit tight and hold. I'm not accumulating anymore. I'm just holding to see what happens. I don't get fudded out by emotion. I'm going to see what happens. And I also hold protection, cash value life insurance. I have my own family bank. Silver for barterability and stability of my currency. I like Berkshire. And I love dividend stocks. So I put 10% of all my income, which is debt, into dividend stocks. And I make money while I sleep 24 hours a day. When I make money while I sleep 24 hours a day, I take that money and I put it into assets that beat inflation. When those assets go up, I put it into protection. So I'm always in the middle ground. So if we go into a recession, I win. If we go into a bullish market, I win. You need to learn to take the middle ground. Like, I'm left, I'm right, I'm MAGA, I'm an XRP maxi, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. We're over here in the middle ground. We ain't maxing anything. Flowing, fluid like water, moving back and forth, because the 1% trades what you use as retirement. It's always been that way. The bankers always win. The 1% always win. It's not that difficult, guys. It seems difficult because you're distracted. It seems difficult because you're emotional. And it seems difficult because we were socially engineered to be compliant through debt. So you got to learn the system. You have to learn how to escape through going internal, not external. So pay attention to the straits. Look at the straits in a different lens. Look at it from a macroeconomic perspective. The longer this gets shut down, the more the globe goes down to its knees. And the faster the globe goes down to its knees, the quicker they can bring in the new system. That's why they're stacking Bitcoin. That's why Ethereum's deep in the system. That's why they have the Clarity Act coming. That's why they have the Genius Act, Stablecoin Act. And that's why they created a Bitcoin strategic reserve. It's hidden in plain sight, guys. They always tell you to look this way as they're building a whole new system this way. By the time they tell you to get in, the water's warm, they've already left in their lifeboat. I hope this reaches your heart well. Love you guys. Warriors! Rise! Get your shit together. Love you guys.